All right, here we go with round 2 of Barbell Medicine's Power Building Program, template number 1. I forgot to record my first set of squats at 225 for a set of 6. This is 235 for a set of 6. Squats were a little uncomfortable in the beginning, but I went back to the way I used to squat, which is still low bar, but my torso is in more of an upright position as opposed to leaned over. Just feels better, and if I'm not hurting myself, then that's a good thing. Here's my last working set, 242.5. I know these weights are laughable, okay? I know, I get it. But I'm a small boy, okay? Don't hurt my feelings. The squat depth isn't great, but the lower I go, or the lower I try to go, the more strain it puts on my lower back. And I've hurt my lower back enough to know that I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm getting older now. It takes me longer to recover, so if there's anything I can do to mitigate injury, I will do it. Here's some overhead press. They want you to wear a belt while you press, but I don't really see a point for that. I don't really lean back a whole lot while I do it, as you can see. Again, I know I'm lifting baby weights, so it doesn't really require me to do a whole lot of lean back. But yeah, I only really wear a belt if I'm squatting or deadlifting anything over 200 pounds. If it's less than 200 pounds, then I'm just warming up and I don't really need a belt. And yeah, I just feel like I don't really need a belt for overhead press either. And sorry for the shit lighting. It's wintertime, so the sun is going down a lot sooner. And the only light I have in here is a shop light that's like directly over the rack, which is why it looks shitty on camera. And it's also kind of shitty when you're bench pressing because you're laying down looking directly up into it. And here's the last exercise for the day. It's Romanian deadlifts. You can tell I don't like sets of 10 by how fast I'm just powering through these reps. I've been doing powerlifting type programs for the last couple of years, which are usually in the single-digit rep range. And yeah, so these 10 reps sets are not fun for me. But my buddy Clem gave me some chalk. You can see the chalk stand there right by my water heater. And the chalk helps a lot. I always was just like, I don't really give a shit about chalk, but yeah, it actually does help. So I'm glad he gave it to me. Thank you, Clem. And this is the last exercise of the day, and this is day 1. And holy shit, man, my body, my muscles, everything was sore the whole week after this. I've been kind of lazy with lifting weights lately. I've just mostly just been doing whatever I feel like doing, which isn't a lot. So jumping right back into it, holy shit, man. It hurts, but life hurts. Bring it on. All right, rolling into day 2 of week 1. Starting off with some competition style bench, 1 count pause-ish, I guess. I don't know. I don't really count. I just like let it rest and then push. But yeah, I don't lift a whole lot in the bench or in any of my lifts. So like I said, man, weak boobies. I'm a small boy. Just give me a break. Don't hurt my feelings. Bench felt okay. Sometimes my shoulder will bother me, but then I realize I'm not like pulling my shoulders back and trying to pinch the bench, and then once I do that, then it feels fine. My left elbow has been bothering me, but not with bench. It usually bothers me if I'm doing a pulling motion and bending at the elbow, like if I'm doing curls or if I'm doing some kind of row. It'll hurt, but it doesn't hurt while I bench, so that's good at least. But it does mean that I can't do any curls for the girls, so sorry ladies, but looks like I'm gonna have some noodly arms for the foreseeable future. And then I think the second exercise, we got some high bar back squats. I don't have access to a safety squat bar or leg press machine, so this is the next best option. But man, I don't know what it is, but every time I do high bar squats, my left hamstring just starts barking. So I think next week and maybe the following weeks, I might just substitute it out for like some dumbbell lunges or something else that will not aggravate my hamstring as much. But here we go, another exercise where you have to do sets of 10, and I'm just kind of powering through it, trying to get it over with as soon as possible because, like I said, I hate sets of 10. And yeah, the squat depth for these about the same as my low bar. I don't really go below parallel. I think parallel will probably be about the lowest I can go, because yeah, I just don't want to hurt my back anymore. It takes too long for me to recover, and it, you know, kind of prevents me from doing other things that I want to do. Like, I signed up for another Highland Games event next March, so if I hurt myself now, then maybe my back would be healed by March, but you know, I don't want to take that risk. So, you know, preventing injury is, I guess, more important as you get older than seeing how much weight you can lift. And yeah, man, that's just what happens. Body gets older, starts getting weaker, but as long as you keep it strong enough, I think you should be good. I'd rather be doing this and then have sore muscles all the time than be sitting around on my ass and then hurt myself by, like, I don't know, getting up out of a chair or whatever. And here's the last exercise of the day, some pen lay rows. Well, not technically. You're supposed to let the bar hit the ground and then bounce back up, but yeah. Here's some rows to finish out day 2. And we'll see you on day 3. All right, kicking off day 3 with some deadlifts. Deadlifts felt pretty good that day. Occasionally I found myself putting a lot of weight in my toes, and so I just had to remind myself to, you know, use my whole foot while I deadlift and not just my toes. A lot of people will say, for squats and for deadlifts, I think they'll say, like, you know, lean back, like put the weight in your heels, but really I feel like you should use your whole foot. I don't know, maybe that's just me. And I know I'm not lifting a whole lot of weight here, but man, that camera shake when the weights hit the ground, that just makes me feel like such a man. Like, there's nothing more manly than that. I mean, I guess it could be more manly if I lifted more weights, like actual heavy weights, but you know, I do what I can. But yeah, I didn't feel any kind of twinges or pops or anything weird in my back, which is good. It was just really, I just noticed the weight was shifting in my feet, or you know, I was using more of the front of my foot than my whole foot. So other than that, felt pretty good. And then for the second exercise, we got some close grip bench press. I have this this gap in my chest, like between my pecs, the lower part of my pecs, and I'm not quite sure how to go about filling the gap. But in my mind, I feel like any kind of chest exercise that requires your hands to be close together would be beneficial, since I'm trying to close the gap in the middle of my chest. So that's why I decided to go with close grip bench press, but I could be wrong, I don't know. But maybe I'm just built like a weirdo. But I would like to close the gap because I think it looks weird. I'm sure nobody else looks at me and is like, ew, what's wrong with that guy's chest? Maybe they do, I don't know. But in my mind, when I look at myself, I'm like, that's kind of gross. I should do something about that. So yeah, that's why I went with close grip bench press. And I don't know, sometimes my left shoulder starts popping when I do close grip, so I don't know if I am doing it incorrectly or what, or maybe not gripping close enough or gripping too close, not sure. But it's not painful, it just pops every now and then. It's kind of strange. But yeah, so that's it for close grip, and then we finish off the training session and finish off the week with some dumbbell press. There's a set of 10 at 45 pounds. I got my Phoenix Highlands game shirt on. That was the first games I competed in. It was a great time. And holy shit, am I going bald? I think I might be going bald. Huh. Look at that. Alright, well, I guess it's a good thing I shaved my head. And I did 2 more sets of dumbbell press at 40 pounds, sets of 12. Well, this one's a set of 10, and I cheated the last 2 reps. But yeah, this is the end of week 1. The sessions are 60 to 70 minutes long, and they're only going to get longer, so I need to just buckle in and get ready for it. But yeah, everything went well this first week. Nothing hurts. I mean, besides my muscles being super sore. No injuries, I should say. So that's good, and let's keep it going. Look at me cheat. Watch this. Fucking cheater. But yeah, we'll catch you up next week. Until then,